Hi, I'm Stacy from Lee and Stacy Do Finance. Today, I'm switching up the way that I've been doing my videos. I've been posting monthly videos for our budget, but I actually kind of go through and review our budget every week, and it just makes more sense to actually have the videos align with how we actually do our budget rather than just showing it monthly. So this is going to be the first of the videos I do this way. It may change in the future, but hopefully this will work out a little bit better for me and make more sense and be easier for editing and all of that fun stuff. So we're going to go through and kind of do my review of where we are right now, and we'll start funding the month of October. First, I'm going to go through August. I know we have a couple of things that we need to clean up where we over budgeted in certain categories. So I'm going to do that first because right now we have $812.95 showing up in August, but because we've overspent in some of our categories here, when we move on to September and future months, the dollar amount actually goes down because of that overspending. So we need to correct that so that way I can make sure to budget all the money we actually have. So going back into August to now, we are going to go down. We have a new wish list item. It's for Suki, who we adopted this week, and she is a 4-year-old Great Pyrenees for anyone who is interested. We'll probably include a picture here. And so we had the adoption fees and some other costs. And over on the right, we've actually started going through what the costs are for things. She's quite a bit bigger than our previous dog, so things like the dog beds we have in the house do not actually fit her. So we had to go out and buy a new bed. We might end up having to get another one in the future, but we're just going to start with one and make sure she uses it before we get too far ahead of ourselves. And then we have some vet appointments and things like that are scheduled up, so we're going to be saving money towards those as we go, but for now we need to cover the expenses for her. So we are going to keep the money within the wish list category since we do have it, and we're going to start by removing the $165.89 from the kitchen window and putting that into Suki's category. And so then we need $109.46 to cover the rest of that. So we'll just take that out of the cabinets and hardware at this point since we haven't spent that money yet. So I'm just going to subtract from the total amount here. And add that $109.46 to what we've already put in here. And so that is zeroed out. Alright, so then I think that probably clears up most of the money. So it is good, but we do also have some overspending. It's just a lesser amount up here in animals. So this is also things for Suki that are not one-time costs, which is why we have it in this animals category, because it's things like food and treats that we'll continually be doing. It's not a one-time cost. So we are putting it in this category. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to take $27.41 out of our miscellaneous purchases category. So that's kind of the things we didn't really budget for or plan for properly. So we're just going to take that out of that category and add it into animals. And now we are currently back to good on the August budget. So we're going to move forward, and we are now funding October. And up at the top here, I put the date ranges that we are funding the month of October, so August 16th through September 12th. So we are still at the beginning. We have 1 cent currently budgeted to October from our last budgeting attempt. So we are going to be putting funding this before we add any more money to the wish list, or at least that's what our normal process is. But it's my budget, so I can make the adjustments I want and change the rules whenever I want to. So we are going to do a little bit of that today as well. So we had a yard sale this past weekend and earned some of this $812 at that yard sale, and we planned on putting all of the money for the yard sale towards Suki's expenses. It seemed like it made sense at the time. She hung out with us the first day and did a really good job. So I'm actually going to go back into August real quick. And because we're spending money on her now, and I'm going to add in that money that's intended for her. So that was our yard sale profits. So when we have other expenses come up, just gets us closer to the goal so that we can make sure to fund everything and keep her in good shape. Alright, so I'm going to switch back to October now, and we have $554.45. So we're going to go ahead and fund the Pet Emergency Fund at $50 for this month. We don't have a specific dollar amount to be funded each individual month. We just have an end goal of $3,000 that we want to get to. So we're going to start with $50 every month, and then if we have some extra money that we don't want to put towards the wish list or our debt repayments, or if we sell extra stuff, things like that, it might go into that Pet Emergency Fund. We'll kind of go each week and see what we want to do there. So then the next line item that we budget for is our mortgage, and that payment is, oh, that's the wrong line. Mortgage, that payment is $530. We don't quite have enough for that, so we're going to put in the $504.46 that we currently have. And that is all the budgeting that I can do based on our current pay. So that is the end of this week's budgeting adventures for our households. So I hope all of you have a great week, and I'll be back next week. Bye.